Hey, he's Keg. I'm Kush. We're getting you ready for the week 2 slate here. A lot of bets that we already put down. Good morning, good afternoon, depending on where you are. The like button right off the bat would be great. Just hit it. If you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel already, just do it. Nuke the House. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. You'll get all of our live notifications when we go on the air. Keg and I are going to look at some steam, the line movement. We've got a couple big injuries that we need to talk about as well. And as a reminder, premium show, 1 o'clock and 4 o'clock slates. We will be live for our subscribers. If you're not a subscriber, well, you should subscribe. I'll tell you about that in a second. And then make sure that you watch our free show tonight. If you're not a subscriber, Keg and I will have Sunday Night Football live. And boy, have we been crushing these island games. Now, if you want to check out our site for free for a week, very simple. Go to nukethehouse.com. Click on a monthly plan. Now, we're not going to charge you until your free week's over. So sign up for a monthly plan only. Type in the code Nuke NFL, Nuke NFL. You'll get the free week. We're not going to charge you unless you want to sign up for that full month. Good morning, everybody, and good morning, Kegger. How are you, my friend? Let's go. Week 2. We're going to win some more money.
What's up, buddy? Yeah, looking forward to today. Got a long show, but hopefully we make some money.
Yeah, looks like your boy is on the other side of the Jets today, Jeff Stenberg. I don't really think he's on the Titans, by the way. I'm just throwing everybody up here. We got JW, we got Jake, we got Yo Dude, Ethan, Jason, Diehard MMA. Good to see everybody in here. Like I said, like button would be great. So we're going to look at the line movement here. I want to talk about the injuries first, though, Keg, because this might be the biggest news. Evan Engram was injured in pregame warmups.
Really?
And I know that a lot of us like the Jags today, and I don't think a tight end is going to move the line that much, but Engram is out. I was looking up Brian Robinson Jr. props because in the preseason, Keg, this guy was getting all the targets. He had a really good week 1, and his prop went from 38.5 to when the Engram news came out, 46.5, and then down to 42.5 is where it's sitting, 4 yards over where it was earlier this morning. This is crazy, man. Absolutely crazy.
You mean Brian Thomas?
Thomas. Yeah, I said Brian Robinson. Excuse me.
Right.
Thomas Jr.
Got it. Yeah. I'm with you. I just found that out. You just broke that to
It's
me.
okay.
I had no idea that he got hurt. I mean, I still think the Jags are the side because I can't trust Cleveland at all.
Yeah.
And I just don't know how they score points consistently.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, that's concerning. I'm not going to lie. I mean, is he worth a half point to the line?
Maybe.
No, probably not. Probably
maybe a quarter point,
maybe.
Which really doesn't matter.
Right. I don't think it's really going to matter in the end, but I still think the Jags are the side here. And what did the total move this morning?
Well, I'll tell you this much first. The side did not move. It's sitting right where it is. So everybody's with you on that. As far as the total goes, the Jags were sitting here at 41.5, and it has, let's see here, a week ago, it was sitting at 41.5. So no, nothing moved. Evan Engram moved absolutely nothing on the lines here.
Yeah, that tracks. That's about right.
And then we got that Philly game too. There was some big news that came out. I don't know if you're betting the Eagles and the Falcons. That'll be tomorrow, but A.J. Brown is officially out.
Okay. One note on that Jags game. If Engram, somebody's going to get that snap count. Somebody's going to get that target share. So, like you mentioned, I mean, yeah, like you mentioned, Brian Thomas, you would think it would be him. I mean, maybe Kirk gets a bump. But yeah, I'm with you. We might have to target some of these live Jags guys.
We'll do it in game, or do you think we can get on that now? Because I'll just say this. The guy that stood out to me last week was Thomas Jr.
Yeah, Gabe Davis too. He could get a bump. Yeah, I think we just attack it live because we already have a play in this game I feel pretty good about. So I think we just monitor live, look at the game flow, and go from there.
Yeah, hamstring injury and warm-ups. So that's pretty big. That's a late scratch right there. And that could be bad for them going forward because he really is their number one passing option in my estimation. I think he is.
Engram?
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
I mean, shit happens, but he's out today. Anything else you want to talk about? Let me get some other things. Guys we already knew were out, but I want to remind people just in case you didn't know. CMC, Jordan Addison, so Naylor is going to get a bump, and Jakey's out. Who gets the bump with the Browns? I know we like the Jaguars in this one, but like Njoku is another guy that was a huge part of that offense, Keg.
I guess Amari Cooper is the only guy that you could look towards, but I would rather burn my money than back the Cleveland Browns.
Okay, good. Well, we're not going to back the Cleveland Browns today. It's just not going to happen. Love is officially out. Kenny Walker is out. Jake Ferguson, Turd Ferguson's out. I actually think Schoonmaker is going to be a little bit of that offense today. And then we were waiting on the Marshawn Lattimore news. He's out.
Yeah, love that. Love that. CD's going to go ham.
And I made just a little parlay today. My little fade Holden parlay. Dak over 1.5 touchdown passes, Cowboys money line. Even money.
Dak over 1.5 touchdown passes. Yeah, I don't mind that.
Simple as that.
CD is going to eat today. This could be a 10 or 11 for 130 today.
So do we want to attack that pregame or in game? Because I think that might be something where Lamb just goes off from the start.
I think the receptions prop is the way to go. Like I threw a NASCAR parlay on the website, and one of the legs was CD over 7.5 receptions.
Okay.
I don't think that's a bad bet individually. I think the number was like plus 110.
Yeah, it's not that anymore.
What is it now?
So let's see here. Oh, you're still getting plus 105.
Yeah, that's probably the way to go over his yards, I would think. But both could get there today. And without Lattimore, and I don't mind the Raiders QB to throw a pick. I'm sorry, the Saints.
Oh, Carr?
Yeah.
So
yeah, now that number will go down the longer the game goes on, and then it will probably be worth betting. It might not be right now, but I think with the pressure that's going to be in the backfield from Dallas, Carr's probably throwing a pick today.
So, wow, that's big. So we're going to bet that live. But what about the Lamb 7.5? Can this be a official play, or you're not going to give it as official play because you already threw it in the parlay?
I mean, I might bet it pregame. I have to think about it, but I have money on that prop. So if people bet that, I don't mind it. I think it gets there.
All right,
but I might bet the over 7.5 before we go live.
All right. I'm going to bet that now since you already threw it in the parlay. And that'll be my first bet of the day that Keg has given out. Not an official play, but you're already in on it. So, I mean, I feel very comfortable going there. Let's talk about a couple other injuries. And I don't have anything on the Bears yet. Keenan Allen and Robert Dunze are both questionable. Now, Allen, I think, was trending toward playing, but I don't know about a Dunze at this point. So this will be something very interesting to look at because you've got Caleb Williams now could be without two big weapons, right?
Right. If that's the case, you have to think that DJ Moore and DeAndre Swift are going to get a huge bump, right?
Yes. So that's Sunday night game. So keep an eye on that. And there was Keenan Allen did not practice this week. It was a Dunze that was limited.
That could be that. Like, if they don't play, I think we'll probably be looking at more Swift and Cole Kmet.
Okay. More Swift and Cole Kmet.
Yeah.
I like it. DJ Moore is a total stud anyway.
So good.
So I would think that Keenan's not playing, and then we got to figure out a Dunze.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that. All right, I'm going to try and find this CeeDee Lamb bet. The best number over 7.5 receptions is either Bet Rivers or Sugar House. Same place, same company, but I mean, they just go by different names in different parts of town. So I'm going to get this Lamb bet in. A couple other guys that are active today, Keg. Jamison Williams is in. He had an ankle. Joshua Palmer is in. And then Jaden Reed is in. Ugh. Malik Willis, like, you can't bet an over in a Malik Willis game, can you?
I mean, I just took a flyer on them to be the lowest scoring team on the slate at 19-1.
Oh, yeah, I tailed that. Duh. So, yeah, we got that as well. I don't want to give away too much. Let's look at some of the steam here. And I know that there are some teams that are just really falling quickly as far as numbers go, and the Packers are the top one. But we can look at some of the steam and the totals here. The total in the Raiders-Ravens game went from 41.5 early this morning to 42.5. Any reason you think for the bump there? Or is it just late coming in and they want to push the total up?
I mean, I would assume now Lamar practiced all week. The whole world knows he's going to play, right?
Yep.
That's probably the bump. I would think people know he's going to play and are backing the over.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. I just don't know what you're going to get from the Raiders. The Baltimore defense is so good. Like, did they look great last week? No. But they're playing one of the best offenses in football. I know McDonald's not there anymore, but I think that they're still a very good defense. And they could hold the Raiders to 2 touchdowns today. And at that point, you're asking the Ravens to score 30 to get you over. So I mean, total feels about right to me.
Bucks Lions totals kind of sitting around where it's been. It was 51 earlier this morning. I'm seeing some 52.5, some 52s. So.
Yeah, I initially I was surprised that this was the highest scoring game on the slate, but the more I thought about it, it makes sense to me. Tampa, they played last year. The final was 31-23. Both offenses are capable. Detroit, I expect a big bounce back performance in the passing game off how they looked last week, combined with the fact that Tampa is missing the majority of their secondary today. And Tampa's front seven is not as good as it has been in years past. So I think that Gibbs and Montgomery are probably going to get what they want today as well. So this move makes sense to me. I think the Lions are teasable. I think the Lions score points, and full game over. I liked it more at open, but I mean, I would probably pass now, but I think you're going to see the Lions score today.
Total on the Patriots and Seahawks has gone up. So it opened at 37.5 on Sunday, went up to 38.5. And then this morning it jumped from 38.5 to 39.5 on FanDuel. So there's a little bit of movement there too, Keg. Interesting on that one, just because, the defense for the Patriots is actually pretty good, but a point's a point, right?
Yeah, both defenses are really good. Seattle's going to be very good today defensively. At 3.5, I thought the side was the Pats. At 2.5, I thought the side was Seattle, and we're sitting basically 3 minus $1.20. And that feels right to me. Like Seattle's the better team for sure, I think. But Gino makes mistakes, especially on the road. I still lean Seattle gets it done because of how down you and I were on the Pats coming into the year.
Yeah.
But the total, I kind of lean under, to be honest.
Okay.
At 39.5.
Giants Commanders moved a point down. So this morning on the open, 43.5 down to 43. And then over the last 10 minutes or so, it went down to 42.5.
Yeah,
Giants,
this is interesting total move because this line was like 41.5. Got bet all the way up to 44.5. And I thought that the over was the side in this game. Now it's coming back down to 42.5. At 41, I probably would have hit the over. At 42.5, I think I'm still a little too far away. But Washington's, both these secondaries, they're the 2 worst secondaries in football. So if these quarterbacks have a pulse, we are going to see points in this game.
I'm not seeing too much movement. Saints, Cowboys, Bucks, Lions, maybe half a point in the Raiders and the Ravens, just depending on where you shop there. Like I said, the Cleveland Jacksonville game with Evan Engram being out, that absolutely moved nothing. The move here was over the week. You had the Colts minus 3.5. You remember, I'm like, maybe you back the Packers. Well, a lot of people are thinking that because money came in, pushed it down to 3 earlier in the week, and now it's down to 2.5, Keg.
Yeah, this line is probably closer to accurate now at 2.5. We downgraded the Packers 6.5 points this week in our PR because of the move from Love to Willis. I mean, Malik Willis has never thrown for more than 100 yards in a game. He's never thrown a touchdown on the pro level. He's not very good, man. I don't know how they're going to score points today. He's going to have to run a lot if they're going to move the football. And Josh Jacobs, if they really want to be in this game today, has to run for 200. Literally.
200?
Yeah, 200.
Oh, boy.
If they want to win the game, he's got to run for 200.
Well, he's probably not going to do that.
Probably not. But if you're asking me at 3, what I think the side is, I still think the Packers, because the power ratings are the power ratings, man. You can only move teams so much. So I do think that at 3, Packers, at 2.5, probably slightly into the Colts.
Let's see here. Iowa, sharp dude. Bowers over 3.5 receptions. Wanted to take Colby Parkinson over 28.5 yards, but he missed the number. Yeah, Parkinson's going to be heavily involved. You and I did a show during that game, and he just kept getting peppered. There's a couple of smaller names that are getting bumps there. Bowers, 3.5 receptions. He's got to be involved today, Keg. I mean, if they're not going to get the ball enough to Devontae Adams, who, again, could have a big game, I think Bowers has got to be involved in this game.
Yeah, I don't really disagree. The Parkinson number, that was annoying the other night.
Yeah.
We probably missed the number, but I mean, if he doesn't catch a ball in the first series, we might be able to get the number that we missed earlier in the week. So we'll try to get on Parkinson live. Bowers is interesting, but God, that team hasn't looked great.
No. Well, it's 1 week, but still. He'll be more involved as the season goes on. So
yeah,
you can wait on that one. Our guy, Kenny Peacock, one of the sharpest guys in our Discord, took an ATN anytime touchdown too.
Love Kenny P. Yeah, I like that call.
Yeah, Kenny P all the way in a different zip code in a different country, and he sits there and he crushes American books. It's wonderful to see. Hey, like button will be great. We're going to look at some more line moves here in just a second from the Niners Vikings. I think that the CMC injury definitely moved the line. We could talk about how much he's worth it, but like button would be wonderful. We'd really appreciate it. If you want to check us out for free, just do it. It's very easy. Go to nukethehouse.com, sign up for a monthly plan. We're not going to charge you. Use the coupon code NUKENFL, NUKENFL. Type it in. You get a free week. You get access to all of Keg's plays, Coop's plays, all the boys' plays, and maybe more importantly, live betting notifications right to your phone. This is what we do. You don't got to watch the games. Maybe you're hanging out at your kid's soccer game. Maybe you're at a bar getting tanked. You don't know what to bet. You sign up, free week, live betting notifications right to your phone. These guys absolutely crush. I'm not only a member, but I'm an owner. Let's see here. Vikings and Niners this morning fell a half a point, went from 4.5 to 4. Earlier in the week, it was 5.5. Then the CMC news came out. He's on IR. Any reason to anything standing out here? A half a point drop on the morning of the game.
I'll tell you what stands out, man. My guy Johnny Bravo and Clint's team is getting some respect in the marketplace, and you love to see it.
Yeah,
this line was 6.5. McCaffrey's only worth a point.
Okay.
So
but it was 6.5 a while ago. It
right,
was 5.5 this week.
Right. It was 6.5 this week on Monday and Tuesday, right?
Yes.
So he's worth a point to the line. So this has still moved about 1.5 points towards the Minnesota Vikings. I mean, at 4, it's starting to get really close to pulling the trigger. I had the line at 4.5. Accurately. At 3, I would definitely be on the Niners here for sure. We'll see if we can get them live. Minnesota is a good club, but they don't have quarterback. Sam Darnold's not good, and I still think that San Fran's best team in the NFC, and I think that they win this game today. I just don't think they're going to win it by a ton of margin. So if we can get like 3 or 2.5 live, I'll be on the Niners.
Make sure you have those notifications on. Again, I will today. I'll have the notifications on. You'll get it right to your phone. Make sure you get into the Discord, though, if you're doing the free week, or if you're a subscriber, you have to get our Discord. You have to sign up for notifications. It's gonna have to happen, and you still got another 10 minutes to do it, which is plenty of time. Actually, it's 15 minutes till the games actually kick off. So There you go. And the last game would be tonight. What do you think AJ Brown's worth to a line? And then I'll tell you where it is.
Half point.
Okay. Well, it moved from 6 to 5.5. There you go. So Keg's right again. I saw 6.5s out there earlier in the week, but again this morning with the news from AJ Brown, it moved from 6 to 5.5. Simple as that.
Yeah, I mean, man, my big concern about Atlanta is how bad that offensive line looked, and Kirk Cousins did not look healthy. He did not look like he could really move and avoid that pressure from Pittsburgh last week. Philly looked incredible. That offense looked incredible with Saquon. Defense held its own in the second half of that game. So yeah, I feel like Philly's the side. I think I just have to check my PR to see what I have this line at.
Okay. The good news for those of us back in the Jaguars today, Deshaun Watson is playing. So there was some question as to whether or not he was going to play, Keg, because he's got another investigation going against him. But they're going to run him out there today.
They need to put Winston in if they want any prayer of having a year.
And they could have a year with Winston. I mean, he does make some stupid decisions on and off the field, but he's an upgrade from Deshaun Watson right now. We were talking about the worst quarterbacks last week. Bryce Young, Daniel Jones, Deshaun Watson. All these guys, man.
So we have this line at about 6.5 in the Eagles game. So there's probably a point of value right now on Philly.
Okay. For those of you that are subscribers, if you want to tail Coop just threw some plays up on the board too. And boy, did he have a game with Jamison Williams. What night was that? I don't even remember what night that game was, but Coop took Jamison Williams and he ran with it and he absolutely crushed.
Well, he had to hedge out because he went over.
Yeah, but he hedged out and he still made a ton of work. So here, he likes one of your bets too with the Packers. So again, if you want to sign up, go for it. What do you think about Malik Willis? 16.5 completions over under. That's a lot, isn't it?
It's a lot. His yards at like 166 was a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, you could full fade him and you might cash every single ticket. You really might.
What is your take on the 16.5? Just now it's down to 15.5 at a lot of places. I'm sure we can find a 16.5.
Do I think he completes 17 passes today? I don't.
No.
No.
The good news is he's got Reed in, but I think that's a really good look. So I'll have to think about that. We only got a few minutes to think about that, though, don't we? If we're going to put it in there. Okay. You want to talk about some games in particular? We only got about 6 minutes left in the show, Keg, and maybe get some of your thoughts on the games that are standing out. I want to get some more of your thoughts on this Dallas Saints game. So again, Marshawn Lattimore is out. This line has stayed steady at 6. You can find it 6.5 at other books. The books need the Saints to cover, which I think is really interesting. Anytime the books need something, they needed the Bills on Monday Night Football, and the Bills were blowing them out before Tua went down. So, I mean, I kind of have a hard time seeing the path where the Saints cover the 6.5, but if the books need it, it might be something that's worth looking into. How do the Saints keep it close, especially without Lattimore, with CeeDee Lamb possibly going off?
Yeah, I'm not sure they can. I thought that Dallas was the side at anything under a touchdown. And I think with Lattimore being out, Lamb will get whatever he wants. And the big reason why is Carr's probably going to throw a couple picks today, man. I really think so because he's so bad under pressure, and Dallas is going to bring it in spades today. And Carr did not see – I don't even think – he might have been hurried like twice all game last week. So I really don't see how Dallas doesn't cover anything around a touchdown, but I was low on Dallas coming into the year, and because of that, I did not bet the side. I'm going to stay away. I want to see what these Saints really are because they're certainly not the 47-3 from last week.
Well, I mean, speaking of Carolina, they've got a game at home against the Chargers today, right? Now, in the past, the Chargers have not covered very much because Brandon Staley was a complete idiot. Last week, we kind of saw where Harbaugh made a difference. They looked competent. They won a game that they didn't cover or maybe win in the past. This thing was, let's see here, earlier in the week, it was 6, got knocked down to 5 a couple of days ago. And then this morning, it dropped from 5 to 4.5. So talk to me here about this one. Again, you hated the Panthers coming in. A lot of sharp dudes on the Panthers last week. 4.5 points at home. Any reason to think that we should back the Panthers?
I mean, if you had to pin me down, I would say taking the points. Taking the points is probably the way to go. But I still want a couple weeks to evaluate LA and see what they really are first. And Carolina, I thought, was the second worst team in football coming into the year. And I don't feel great about taking 4.5 points because I don't think Bryce Young is very good. I don't think he's a good quarterback, man. I know that like he didn't have a shot last year behind that offensive line. And I know that Canales and Idzik are supposed to change it around, but yeah, I'm not buying it.
So the last game I want to discuss with you, the Rams, depending on where you shop, they're either a point favorite or a point dog. And I'm seeing them at like minus 105, minus 102. There's places out there minus 10. So talk to me here about the Rams going to the Cardinals. Like the Cardinals are not a team that scares me. The Rams look pretty good. I know they don't have Puka. I get that. But this Rams-Cardinals game is kind of standing out to me, and I think it's more of a live betting opportunity if the Cardinals do get points early. But any thoughts on that game?
Yeah, I kind of think both teams are live to win this game.
Okay.
Now, do I think that the Rams are a playoff team when fully healthy? I do. Do I think Arizona is? I don't. But I could still see both of these teams winning today. And I know that we're dealing with cluster injuries for the Rams. What is it? They're missing what? Multiple offensive linemen?
They got some issues today, yeah.
I think I have it written down.
Yeah. So I just got to find Lindsay Theory. She's the one that takes care of business with the offensive lines and everything else. Actually, is Theory? Oh, she's just covering the LA teams at this point. But yeah, I think Rams O-line.
They might be down multiple offensive linemen today.
So that would be huge as well, obviously.
That would be big. Now you would expect Kupp to nuke today. No Puka. You would expect Parkinson to do pretty well today. I mean, Kupp over 6.5 or 7.5 receptions. The guy had 20 targets last week with Puka not in the game, and he caught 14 balls. He could easily do that again. I mean, he could easily do that again.
Yeah, they're missing center. They're missing. Yeah, they've got a couple big injuries on the line, buddy.
What is what's Cooper Kupp's reception prop right now?
Let me look that up. You threw me off guard here, buddy. I mean, how am I supposed to find that in 1 second? I'm going to though. I'm going to get it for you. So receptions over yards for him?
I think so. Yeah,
7.5. Varying juice minus 22 at FanDuel, minus 160 at BetMGM. So if you want to hit it, get FanDuel.
Minus 160 to get 8 balls. Jesus,
but at FanDuel, it's minus 22.
Yeah, that's not bad. I think do I think he catches 8 balls today without Puka? Probably.
Yeah. All right, let's get out of here. Give your best bet, buddy, and then we're going to get out of here. I'll give mine real quick. And I said this earlier in the week. I like Likely over 17.5 longest reception. I bet it up to 30. He's got 6 straight games with a 25-plus yard reception. He's got a nice matchup today. He's got 3 straight games with a 25-plus and a touchdown dating back to last year, too. So I'll go Likely over 17.5 longest reception. That's my fade of the day. What do you got?
I have so much action.
Give me one.
I guess we'll go with CD. Let's go with Lamb over 7.5. I'll throw a half unit on it and bet it straight.
So do I need to throw a full unit on that then?
No. Did you bet it for a half unit?
Okay, very good. Hey, one more time on your way out, hit the like button. Really appreciate everybody showing up for this show. It's always good to see our diehards and the new people in here. And if you're new, you still got time. Sign up. You'll get all of our plays. You'll get live betting notifications right to your phone. When Keg lays a bet down in the live show, you will get it right to your phone moments after. Nuke NFL, Nuke NFL. Go to nukethehouse.com, click on a monthly plan. We won't charge you. Throw the coupon code in there, Nuke NFL, and then we got it. All right, buddy. Let's go have a day, dude. When is the premium show going on the air?
1:15. In about 15 minutes, we'll be live from 1 to 7 p.m. for premium members. And then tonight, you and I will be back for Sunday Night Football. That's public, though, right?
That'll be a public show tonight. Yes.
Right.
And we'll keep it behind the paywall Monday night. But public show tonight, paywall this afternoon. Keg, get that graphic up there. I'm going to go play the music. I'm going to go upstairs. I'm going to have my live betting notifications on. I'm going to watch the show. I'm going to watch all the games. Week 2 NFL. Let's nuke the house.